Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name's Joe. Drink of the day is a Tenzing Lime and Mint. And it's a new brand of energy drink, not sponsored, but it's really nice. Tastes a bit like a mojito, but obviously without the alcohol. And it's all plant-based, so pretty good drink. I'm enjoying it at the moment. Anyway, Red Rayleigh is the new most aggressive deck to come out of OP12. Your deck is based all around playing loads of weenies, because, well, our leader specifies that you have to. Your leader's effect obviously prohibits you from playing cost 5 or greater cards in your deck, which honestly is for the best, because this guy's actually pretty crazy. And then, of course, with your second effect, you can reveal 2 events, buff up one of your 4,000 or less base power characters by 2k for the turn. This sort of lends itself to having the option of playing similarly to Red Zoro, in that you can go wide, but also having the option to go tall. Because you've got this 4-cost Luffy. This guy is incredible. It's the main card of the deck. 4/1k. If there were 2 more attached Don on your board, he gains 2,000 power, making him a 4/6 vanilla. Then on play, you reveal 2 events, play 1 red character with power of 3,000 or less, and then give something arrested Don. So as soon as your 5 Don turn, this guy can come down, attach 1 Don, you attach the 5th Don, and then his extra 2,000 power is already online. And having that 4k power base means you can buff him. And if you buff him, then he gets his own buff, where he's a 4/8 for no Don investment, which is, well, for 2 attached Don investment, but that's kind of crazy. Really gives you the option to go tall with this deck, which is something that Red Zoro didn't really have. And of course, your best target for this guy is going to be the Sanji from set 10. You know this card. 3/1k gets an extra 3,000 power, and then on KO you draw a card. Very nice for efficiency. Again, another body that you can buff with your leader. And he just goes to 8k, and 8k is a pretty good number. 1 Don, you swing in 9, and 9 is a great number. Other cards you can play off this Luffy include Boa, who is a top 5 search for a red event or Luffy. And then activate main, you can trash her to give something 2-rested Don. Generally, after you attack this Boa, you're going to immediately trash her to give the 2-rested Don. This can sometimes come up, so if you play this Boa on 2, and you play your Luffy into maybe Sanji on 4, you can use your Boa to put the Don on your leader, and increase the power of your Luffy. Which that can matter into decks like, for example, Green Zoro. Means if Green Zoro plays out their Chi on 5 and rests your Luffy, well, they're only swinging 8 and 6, and that's not actually that good. That's pretty reasonable for you to defend. And the thing with these next few cards is just replacing themselves in hand. Obviously, this Boa replaces herself in hand. Sanji replaces himself in hand. We've also got Haki, who is a top 5 searcher for Luffy or a red event. Same targets as the Boa. And again, she can be powered up to 4 with leader effect. Only 1 Don needed to attack, which is actually cheaper than Zoro can buff his searchers to swingable numbers for, which is pretty cool. We've also got Buggy, and this card's actually pretty relevant. 1/3 slash. This character cannot be KO'd in battle when battling slash attribute characters. Obviously, against Green Zoro, this is incredible. Their entire deck is slash. They pretty much can't get rid of this guy. There's a few things they can do. There's that, the 1/2k, the Kazaburo can get rid of this. Perona can swing into this, although you can defend that pretty easily usually. And Hody Jones, if they're playing that, can get rid of the Buggy. But generally, this guy's immune. And even into other decks, into Blue Buggy, so many of their cards are slash attribute. So then they can't take out the Buggy. This guy sometimes just sticks on the board for ages and ages and ages. And because you can buff it to 5k with only your leader effect, it's kind of like a 1/5, which is really, really nice. And we've also got Nami, top 5 for Straw Hat. You know this one, a classic. Sanji is our only true 2k in the deck, although we have more 2ks to talk about later when we get onto the events. He's another really good target for the 4-cost Luffy. You can play out Sanji, and then you can aggressively take your own life to increase your hand size, to make it easier for you to defend your weenies. And of course, this guy's swinging for 7 for just the cost of 1 life. It's really good. You can leader buff that even further up to 9, which is nuts for a little 2-cost, right? And then he's effectively a pseudo blocker because your opponent is going to want to take this out there. As much as you're taking your own life with this Sanji, they're not going to want to let you do it forever. And then finally, for a little bit of rush, got 2 of the classic 3/5 Rush Zoro, and 2 of the Kid Killer. Kid Killer, strictly better in this deck, but Zoro is searchable off of your Nami, which is pretty nice. So that's it for the characters, and in this deck we are playing a lot of events because, well, obviously all our effects, our Rayleigh and our Luffy really need us to have those events. So we've got 4 of this one. This is an unblockable event, 2 Don on your leader, then your leader gains unblockable, but this is also a 2k counter, which is really nice. Armament Haki is also a 2k counter if you like, and then activate main, you can put 1 active Don on your Rayleigh and give something 1,000 power. Effectively being 1 Don for 2000 power can sometimes just matter when you're going for game. However, this is only at 3 because it is mostly just a 2k. Whilst the extra power is lovely when you're going for game, this is a card you're happy to toss as a 2k. And then the last 2k in the deck is Conqueror's Haki. It's just 2k. However, if you also want to rest 1 Don, you can give minus 1000 power to your opponent's entire board. This is obviously very nice into going wide decks. In Rayleigh mirrors, this is very good. But into any deck, honestly. Anyone swinging 7 on 5, you get out of that immediately and give minus 1000 across their board. This effect is really, really powerful. Don't overlook how good this card can be. If you leave just like 2 Don up, it's suddenly incredibly hard for your opponent to go for lethal. Because you have 4k counter, and if they've got maybe 4 characters, that's another 8k counter, in theory. Final Haki event is the Observation Haki. And you put 1 active Don on your Silver's Rayleigh leader, and then look at the top 4 for a red event, or a card with the cost of 3 or more. Obviously, this searches any of your events, also notably searches your Zoro, Sanji, Killer, and Luffy. You do whiff with this occasionally, but more often than not, you'll find something. And the fact that it can grab itself is quite nice. Sometimes you end up doing these Observation Haki chains, which is quite amusing. Final events, 2 of the Mole Gun, really good into GP for moving Sanji Pudding, good into PB for removing Beer Luffy. 7k is just a pretty good stat line at the minute to be removing, and you're not going to get much more efficient than Mole Gun. And then finally, 1 of the 2 years at the Shabondi Archipelago. This is a top 5 search for a Straw Hat Crew type character. Notably, that character cannot search the Mole Gun, but can search some of your most important cards, the Luffy and the Sanji, really. These are the 2 most important things for you to see early on, because that's just the best combo, right? Getting dropped Luffy into Sanji and have a rested Don on like 4, that's crazy, man. That's like 3 Don for 2 6k units. That's nuts. So the 1 extra search for it, it's kind of cute. So this list is actually the list that won the One Piece Japan Area Finals at Season 1. Massive congratulations to Haru Yoteya for their win. And all credit for the list, of course, goes to Haru Yoteya. Rayleigh has kind of been figured out for a while. There's not that many cards that you see change very often in these Rayleigh lists. There are a couple, and I'll cover them here, I guess. The one that's sort of interesting in this list is the in 2 years. This is not in many, and it's just an extra consistency piece, if you see it. One of the rush option you see sometimes is the Jinbei. It's effectively just a version of the Zoro, but it has counter. But it's also not searchable because for some reason it's not Straw Hat. It's when he was just a part of Sun Pirates. People do generally prefer the Zoro, just because it's an extra target for your Nami, and your in 2 years if you like. And preferring that over the 1k counter. Also, this guy sticks at 5. This guy will go down to 4 on the turn after he's played, which is a little bit of a shame. Some people also do prefer to add in a couple copies of Gum Gum King Kong Gatling. This effectively acts as supplemental armament Hakis. It's 2 Don and gives you 4k power, as long as you meet the condition. I would always max out my armament Hakis before adding King Kong Gatlings, because this is also a 2k. But if you do want more aggression when you're going for game, or even just early on, King Kong Gatling is something to consider. And if you're very concerned about mirror, well, you can include Vista. Vista obviously pops a 3000 power character, which is the vast majority of this deck. Only the Luffy and the Rush options squeak by that. Being able to drop this off of Luffy and pop maybe your opponent's Sanji, your opponent's Boa, your opponent's Tugos Sanji is also very, very good. So if you are afraid of mirror, Vista is something to consider. The OP01 Luffy is another okay target to play off of your 4-cost Luffy. This guy is absolutely fine. He's 2-5 when he attacks, 2-3, but he is also immune to strike attribute characters. Notably not leaders, which is a little bit of a shame. But the card is fine if you really want extra targets to play off your Luffy. And in a similar vein, this Luffy is a 2k that you can play off of your Luffy. It's also searchable for observation, which is nice because it's 3 cost. And attacks for 7 for just 2 Don. It's not bad. But that's it for the deck breakdown. Got a few games here with Rayleigh. Hope you enjoy. I'm going to get into Green Zoro. I'm going to take second. No. Bit sus. Let's go with the Observation Haki to start off with. I'll take that. Pass it over. No search is a bit sad. And we've actually got 1 event now. Hopefully. Okay. Well, we got the second event. We at least got the second event. Now, I believe we're supposed to not play Luffy on 4. Although, honestly, I have so many goddamn 2Ks. I think I'm actually going to do it anyway. Fuck it. Yeah, let's just go with a little 5. Go for 2K there. So, yeah, it's hard to defend this guy. Well, if he's only swinging 8, we can actually just drop 3 triple 2Ks. If we drop the boa, we could pop the boa to make the Luffy a 6K unit. Making the Luffy 6K is pretty good. He doesn't have to Shiki. Did he mulligan? He did mulligan. He might not have to Shiki. You never know. We'll show him the 2 events. Yeah, I'm going to just go with the Sanji. Put it on here. Pass it over. If he has the Shiki, I will defend the Luffy, even though it's, like, really expensive. Just Cavendish. You'll love to see it. Yeah, we'll take that there. No triggers. Good blocker was good, though. Looking for another Luffy would be good. Let's see if we can get one with the observation. We'll buff up first. Doesn't really matter which we buff up. They're both enormous. We'll show him the armament and the observation. Buff up Luffy. Then I'm going to go with this. Put one on here. No more Luffys. No more Luffys. If we drop Boa. Maybe drop Boa Sanji. Put the last on lead. This could be okay. This could be okay. Just take Sanji. Just drop Sanji. This could be honestly fine. Yeah, we'll just take a Sanji here. Drop another Sanji. So one more Don's got to go on lead. Let's just start with a 6. We can make them all 7s. Let's make them all 7s. Yeah, we don't need the Conqueror Haki. Conqueror Haki's not real. Can't hurt you. Show me another second Luffy. Second Luffy would be insane. Sanji there. Luffy, we should be able to defend. Unless he literally just piles all his Dons on, then we will lose the Luffy. Not a lot we can do about that. Cavendish is going to be able to take out Sanji as well. Although, if he's just 6 on 3, I might just give him 2 2Ks. See what he's got here. Beautiful drink. Really, really nice. Lime and mint. Man. Not sponsored, but if you love mojitos, like the cocktail, check out Tenzin Lime and Mint. Really, really good. This can be the event, can't it? If it is the event, this is only swinging 6 here. I think we defend this one. If we can keep board, if we can keep 2 guys on the board, we're cooking. It's going to go this here. Goes this here. Sure. Little odd. Is this Cavendish not swinging? This guy not swing? So my thought was after he used the event was that he was going to swing 6 with the Cavendish into the tapped Sanji. Restand 2, put those 2 on, and then swing even bigger into the Luffy. That's what I thought he was going to do. He didn't do that, as it turns out. I think I will just give another one of these Sanjis. They're not going to be useful. We're already at 2 life. We're, like, in a little bit of a precarious position. It's fine, but we've got to be careful. So I think this time we're going to be going Luffy Hancock. We need to keep at least 1 for the Conqueror Haki. Otherwise, like I say, there is a real risk of us dying. We're never mole gunning. Let's just do this first. We'll reveal... what have we shown him? I think I've shown him the armament Haki. These are inconsequential. We'll just show him these 2. And buff up the Luffy. He's got 2 open for counter events, I'm guessing. So swinging 7 is going to be trash. We really want to be swinging 8. Let's go with the Luffy. Now reveal the 2 events again. The armament and the observation. Out the boa. Put the Don on leader. Boa finds nothing. Feels bad. Ah, well. That sucks. Let's go with the observation Haki. 1 Don here. This can only take Mulgun. Well, it's not a great card either. But hey, we swapped a brick for a brick. It's not the end of the world. We can't do all 8s here. We can't. This is an 8. So it's going to be... This is at 7. Yeah, because I want to keep one for this. So it's going to be 7, 8, 8. That's fine. Still pretty good. And he took that. Took that. He's committing to going for game then, right? So we should actually attack the Cavendish, because we should just have lethal next turn anyway. And this gets 2 cards out of his hand. Yeah, sure. On the off chance that he didn't have the counter for it, removing that Cavendish is better than going for lethal. Because he has to go for game this turn. I don't see a way. Like, Mihawk's not good enough, I don't think. Well, suppose if I got him to 0, we can just unblockable. But yeah, he's just going for game. We have to allow this to die. We have to allow this to die. We've still got 3 swings next turn. Yeah, he's just going to restand, but I don't think this is enough, so... I think you needed to do double restand events, but then the swings are bad. It'd have been like 10, 10, 10, 6. Or 9, 9, 9, 7 at lead he'd had. Yeah, I mean, we just counter this one, right? We just counter this one. We'll give him a... we'll just give him the Conqueror's Haki, honestly. And then I'll tap the Don for a laugh. Yeah, sure. We just win, yeah. Yeah, he had no chance there with only 1 restand event. If he had double restand events, he could have gone 8 to the Luffy. And then we respond. Then swing with the Cavendish for 7. Restand the 2 from the event. Put those 2 on. Then would he have had enough? No, he wouldn't have had enough to do that. I don't know. It'd have been put 1 on and then use 1 more restand event. So we'd have had 9, 9, 9, 7. We had more than enough to get there anyway. There was no danger, so it is what it is. But hey, nice win against Green Zoro. He whiffed the Shishigi. That was tough. Got a game into GP Luffy. I'm going to take second. And we've got our Luffy into Sanji. We've got a Boa on 2. This is looking pretty good. Yeah, it's looking like a really good hand. I'm keeping this one. We've even got 2 events. What a treat. See if he's got any searches on 1. Does have an army. So we'll be able to challenge our weenies if we should drop any. I think I will just go with the Boa over playing the Nami. We can find a time to play her play her more easily later. Excuse me. So yeah, we'll just play the Boa here. Go with the search. What do we get? We get a Luffy or an event. I don't really want another armament Haki. Mulgun's pretty good for getting rid of Sanji and Pudding. That could be really nice on 6. Might grab that. Then we'll the turn. The Mulgun just getting rid of Sanji and Pudding. Like, obviously we're aggressive, so we're pretty good into GP anyway. But having the option to just remove their guy and still stay aggressive, make it harder for them to take out our stuff, which is cool. I'll take that, of course. Never doubt that is power. That might well come up towards the end of the game. But Giant's a scary prospect, so... Okay, I don't... Are we happy to take this? Are we happy to take this? Next turn, he's dropping Sanji Pudding. And then we're removing it. So he's not going to have too much aggression. I think I actually am happy to take this. I think I actually am. Because he's not going to like pudding us, right? He's not going to pudding us. I also don't care about this. So we can do 6 if we go with a Luffy into the Sanji, put the Don of the Boa, buff up the Boa, then pop the Boa. We can do 6, 7. That's pretty good. We'll reveal 2 events. We'll show him... this is inconsequential, and he's already seen the Mulgun. And then we'll buff up the Boa. Then I'll play the Luffy, reveal same 2 events again, play out the Sanji, put the Don on the Boa, swing in, then pop the Boa, put the Dons on the leader. We'll go. You know what I mean. You'll see what I mean anyway. So we'll show him the Observation Haki and the Mole Pistol. Play out Sanji, put it on Boa. Swing 6 on 5, and he should probably counter this one. Because he's going to be facing down to 7 as well. He does not. We'll trash, put 2 Dons here. And then go for 7. And he goes down to 2. Cool. Happy days. Pass it over. So we're very much expecting, obviously, Sanji and Pudding on 5. It's a very good card. And I believe he showed us it off this Nami. Zoro, did he not have it? Sanji and Pudding. Did he not have it? No, he showed us it later. Okay, he must want to play this so that we can't mole push to the Sanji Pudding. 6, I will counter this one. We'll just give the armament Haki. We don't really need that. This must be Frankie, right? Oh, Chopper, sure. Same thing. That works, that works. Going Mary, sure. Yeah, he's very scared of the mole pistol. I respect it. It's a good card. It's a very good card. So what do we want to do here now? I think if we can get towards another Luffy combo, that would be really good to keep establishing board. We also need to swing all 6s. So if we get another Luffy combo, one of them can go on leader. And I know I can play out the Sanji or we can play out the Buggy. But if we can get another one of this Sanji, that would be incredible. So I'm going to go with the Nami. No Sanji. That's okay. We'll just take a 2k here. And in fact, that's all we can take. All we can take. I'll reveal the observation Haki and the mole gun again. We still have them. Put the power on. This is going to be... They're both at 6 anyway. It doesn't actually really matter. We'll put it here. Why not? And we'll start by swinging with Sanji. 6 on 6. Should start countering some hits here, definitely. If we can leave this on the board, that'd be nice, but yeah, I don't think it's going to work out. I think we do need to clear it anyway. Yeah, he's only going to have 6 Don next turn as well, which is kind of nice. 6 Don with no Spud on the board yet. So yeah, we'll go with this. Reveal. Yeah, 2 events again. What a shocker. And we'll play out the Buggy. Put it on here. Off the Buggy, we'll just take the observation Haki. It's all we can take. And I will play it out because we don't have 1 Don for the Conqueror's Haki anyway. So we'll cycle one of these out. Actually whiff on that. That's really unfortunate. Hey-ho. Yeah, then we'll go 7. Then we'll go 8. We could actually leave this Chopper on the board, you know. If he counters this 7. He blocks with it. Smart. If he countered that 7 with like a 2k there, I might have just left the Chopper on the board. I might done. Because then he can't leader effect, right? So he loses so much value. 9 in hand. He's got to start leaving Dons up for events as well here. Which is tricky for him because he's only on 5. So he's not going to want a giant on 5. That sucks. We're gonna mole pistol the Sanji Pudding next turn. We're definitely gonna lose this Sanji. Hopefully we don't lose this. We do have a couple of 2Ks, but we'll see how big he swings. I think the max he'll swing into it is 9. Because he's gonna want to clear this. Because this is actually as scary as the Luffy. It's just really hard to defend. But we'll see. 8 to 6. 8 to 6 is a good number. We've bottomed a lot of these. I don't think this is actually going to come up, though. Because you have to be careful of the events. This can be 6-3. If we counter this. I think we do counter it, though. I don't mind giving up my unblockable if he goes 6 or 7. You might also want to leave 2 up. Okay. No, this is going to be 3 into Sanji, I'm guessing. Yeah, he does. He does know what these are. Yeah, that's fine. We knew that was coming. We knew we were going to lose one thing, but the fact we got to keep the Luffy is really nice. Oh, double Conquerors is juicy as well. Well, let's go... Let me think, actually. Let me think. What are our swings? So we're going to have 4 for Mole Pistol. Get rid of this. We want... Maybe 1 Conqueror's Haki might be nice to keep up. So that's 5. If we buff up the... We're not going to buff this. This is not swinging into anything other than a Nami. We buff the Buggy, put 1 on it. It can swing 6. So that's 1. I might just use this, honestly, to put the Don on the leader. Well, we might need it next turn just to beat our event. Either way, I think we can attack with the buggy. Let's start with 2-2 on the Nami. Go to that. Then we'll reveal 2 events. We'll show him the same 2 again. The Observation Haki and the Mole Gun. Might even keep 2 for the Conqueror's Hakis. We'll see. Let's just buff out the buggy. I think this turn we're not going for game, but next turn we might be going for game. Especially if we can force him to Giant. That'd be great. Let's go 1 Don here. Make this 6. We need 1 more Don somewhere. Do we want to use this Haki or not? I think I do. We need 1 Don on leader anyway, so... Now, so we can take Mulgun or a Zoro. I think I'll take the Zoro. Now we can Mulgun. Go 6 lead. Usahachi. Okay, doesn't have any 2Ks. Let's just go 6 lead again. There's no point worrying about 7 versus 6 if he's not got any 2Ks. Okay, that's pretty cursed. That's pretty cursed. 8-card hand as a Giant out of a 6. I think I'm just going to keep 2 for the Hakis. Also, this Zoro can't take out Buggy, which is kind of funny. Go 6 again. Yeah, and he can't even go for game because it's 0 cost. Man, this guy's got bricks for days. Let's pass it over. Yeah, Gamma Knife's a weird tech in this. I mean, I guess it's pretty good into Kid, right? It's pretty bad into Rayleigh. It's Rayleigh not good. Yeah. So that's just so tough because he's going to need to keep these Dons open for events as well. So he just can't even swing because we've got the Conquerors. So good, man. So good. If we top like an event, that'd be lovely because I am going to use this Conqueror's Haki to defend our board. The board's more important than the 2K buff from leader. Sarko's out of boat. Yeah, this guy's been a little unlucky with the bricks, but that's GP. That's GP. They have 1 Gorillion bricks, 1 Gum Gum Giant off of the when you're at sea. Buffs the cost of this. Oh no. You know. This should attack into one of these. Yeah, he's going to get a clear on the... I can actually save the buggy as well. I don't know if we do. We'll do this. Buff this. Tap 1. So. Yeah, this can clear the buggy. Because it is strike. We can save it. Do we want to? I think... Honestly, given that we know his hand it has a Sanjian pudding in it, right? No, we don't know that. But given that his hand had like 1 million bricks last turn, I think going wide is going to be good. I think going wide is going to be better than going tall. In 2 years at the Shabondi Archipelago. Although I guess we don't have the events to buff this now. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe we shouldn't have saved this. Put 2 Don here. I think we'll just start with a 6. See if he's got any counters. Because we know one of these is a Giant still. So for Zoro. Okay. So we can go 8, 8, 6. We might not win this turn. Depends how much counter he has, really. I mean, if we can force it back to 2 Don as well, it's still pretty horrific. Yeah, there's the Giant on a 6. Okay. Okay. Well, now we can increase the size of the swings, right? Because he can't use events now because he has no Dons. Okay, does have another 0 cost. Okay. 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 He's cooking. What's our best line of play now then? Play the Zoro, just attack Zoro Juro? Or just attack lead again? He can move 1, 2, 3 things. We're still going to have like multiple swings. It's just attack lead again. Are we better off just attacking with the Nami for 6? No, we'll have 1 less guy on the board for next turn. Because he's going to move Luffy, Zoro. But we'll keep the buggy, we'll keep the Nami, we'll keep the leader. Yeah, it's fine. This should get him to 0 here. I mean, even if it doesn't, he's going to have 2 cards for Don. Yeah, your turn. He can't win the game because he only has 3 swings and we have 3 life. Even though our last hand is terrible. Our last card's terrible. So he's forced to go board. He can remove this. He can remove this. He can remove the Zoro. But he can't remove the buggy. He can't remove the Nami. And he obviously can't remove our leader. So the best thing he can do here is draw like a chopper, but he's not done that. He's going married. Drawn this, played this, found Nami. Nami'd into DMG. That's a 3k. Sure, use the second Nami. Grabs a giant. Okay, he's got counter events for days. 3 Don. 1 for giant, 1 for DMG. 2 cards left. Surely we get there, right? Surely we get there. Yeah, you'll get that. Maybe I shouldn't have defended that buggy on that previous turn, man. Maybe that was a mistake. I think so. Yeah, he'll get whatever he swings into. He might swing into the buggy just in case we have like a 1k. Because he needs to leave both of these up. Yeah, unfortunately, yes, that will go through. Now he has 4 7k in hand. If we just go 15, he actually doesn't need that much more. DMG go to 9, Giant go to 13. Needs to have 2k, 1k between these 2 cards and the 2 off the Giant. We can easily split with the buggy. For 1 Don, we can swing 6 with buggy. I think that's good. Because we know 2 of the cards in hand are dead. Yeah, let's do this. We'll reveal the two cards. Buff buggy. And we'll go 6 with buggy. So this will make our... I think we're still gambling unless... if he just gives a 1k here... Okay, the fact that he DMGs that gives me a lot of hope. Yeah, let's just go for it. This should go through now. Now that he's given us the DMG. Yeah, there's the Giant. I'm going down to 1 Don, bro. What a joke. Goes to 10. If he has 2k, 2k, 1k, you got me. Fuck, yeah, that was close, man. He drew double 2ks off that Giant. That was a crazy close game. For how in front I felt. I definitely must have made a mistake on some turn. Protecting that buggy was probably a grief, but I guess he won the game for us in the end, so... I don't know. Either way, well played to our opponent. He's not 1 Don, man. That's so cursed. We came to blue-purple Luffy. I'll be taking 2nd. We're looking for a Luffy. And see a Luffy. We get some random emote from him. And we do have a Boa. If Boa finds Luffy, we're in the money, right? We really need that Luffy, though. Let's gamble on it, huh? Let's gamble on it. Okay, Almond Haki's not useful. Luffy! Oh, what a dream. There he is, big Luffy. Shout out Luffy. We can still attack 6, 7 next turn as well, because we can go Luffy Sanji. Yep. Take 1. 3 Don Zorojiro, 3 Don Gear 2. Zorojiro, sure. And Zorojiro is nice. So we're going to go 4 Don, Luffy. We'll reveal 2 inconsequential events, 2 years, and the observation Haki. Out the Sanji, put on the Boa. Leader effect, reveal the 2 events. Put the power on the Boa, swing for 6. Then we'll Boa effect, swing for 7. Nice. Okay, he's at 1 life. That's a little concerning. Well, I hope he has gold thread for his sake, because otherwise we might just kill him. That's a little scary. Okay. It's not great. He's got to keep Dons up for events, I guess, huh? We'll counter out 1 of these, right? I don't want to take 2 aggressively. We'll give the armament the Haki here. Yeah, we'll take this. There are a lot of police outside my house. What's going on? Something's going on. I can just hear sirens, bro. It's crazy. So we don't really have any characters on the one hand. He didn't have any counter at all, though, last turn. Let's just start with a 6. See if he drew some counter, finally. He's on 6 next turn. He can drop Big Mum next turn. Has to gear 2 out of a 6. That is bleak, man. I think in that case, we can... I mean, we can maybe go for game, but... Do we need to? Well, let's buff this guy. We'll play out these two. We'll show him these two. Buff up this. We want at least 2 on leader anyway, so let's just go with the observation Haki. The rush guy is pretty good. Yeah, we'll just take the rush guy. We'll deploy the rush guy. Put 1 on the rush guy. No, this is at 8. So this is going to be a 6. Then we've got an 8. Then we've got a 6. Well, I guess we do the 6 first. And we've still got 1 for Conqueror's Haki, so we can probably protect most of our board as well. He's got to have a gear 2 here. Giant is just like death sentence. Holy. Man. That's horrific. I've had some hands like this with this deck. Well, I guess we won our 6th on turn. Oh dear. I'm going to put this game in the video just because it's funny, but holy, this guy. I feel pretty sorry for this guy. Look at how trash this hand is, man. Triple canners. Triple. Dreadful. Well played, question mark. That was certainly one of the games. Going first into Rayleigh. I quite like this hand. We've got the buggy, we've got the boa. Getting the buggy early is nice. Ooh, whiff on that. Feels bad. This is like the one guy that you do expect to sometimes whiff, but it still feels bad. Still feels bad. He's got a Borsalino. Sure. So I think we're just playing the boa here. I will use all my dons to play out probably the Haki as well. So let's reveal 2 events. We'll show him the in 2 years and observation Haki. I'll fuck this. Swing for 5. Nice thing is this Tashigi cannot attack buggy. Slash. So it will get us out of his leader swing here. We'll go 5 again. He's going to take. We'll go with the boa looking for Luffy. No Luffy. And then we grab a red event. Conqueror's Haki, the unblockable. We should find another unblockable later. I'm going to take this. Yeah. And then we'll go with the Haki, looking again for a Luffy. No Luffy again. Okay, well, we'll grab another red event. I'll take another Conqueror's Haki. We'll stack Conqueror's Hakis, why not? Yeah, that's okay. It's not great, though. No Luffy. Bit scary. Yep, we'll let that go. Not defending him. 4 for Boss. Well, there's Luffy. If this can get us anything, a Sanji 2k, a Sanji 3 cost, even like a Nami searcher would be fine. Let's hope. Oh, okay, we get the Sanji 2 cost. That's good. They go all on Luffy's, though. Don't love that. So we're probably stuck with 1, maybe 2. I think it is still worth it to take something there that we can actually play. Let's reveal the 2 events again. We'll just show him the Conqueror's Haki. Buff up this. Deploy this. Reveal the 2 Conqueror's Hakis. Play this. Put 1 here. We don't want him to get the free block with Borsalino. That's why I've done it in this order. Because this is going to be swinging 7 once we pop the boa. And if he gets a raging target trigger, he gets a raging target trigger. There's not a lot I can do about it. I very much expect him to counter this anyway with a 2k. Yep. Trash this. Put 2 on here. And then do 7. Yeah, just block and 2k. That's fine. Yeah, so this time we're expecting, obviously, Kuzan. Going to freeze our Luffy. The annoying thing here is we don't have any more Luffys. We're not going to have access to any more Luffys. So this is kind of the board we've got to work with, which I don't love. Yeah, bottoming 2 there. That sucks. That did suck. Hey, you never know. We might find our last one. And the rush option, the rush cards are always good options as well. Although I do believe I've blossomed at least one Zoro. Jozu, okay, I don't mind Jozu as much. Gives us back that. I mean, that's fine. I'll play that again, I guess. We do need to find a target for it. We'll take the 5. Shaki's not the worst target. This Sanji's slightly better. Might burn the observation Haki here, though. Try and find a 3-cost Sanji. No 3-cost Sanji. All we can take here is another observation Haki. Do you want to burn another one? Go Luffy. Can buff this to 4. The Luffy Don can go on it and swing 5. You just get the free block then. So I'd want it to be at least 6. That'd be 4. We can do one more, I think. I think we can burn one more. Look for the 3-cost Sanji. Yeah, no 3-cost Sanji. Okay. Mole pistoling the Jozu could be okay next turn. I think we need to take an unblockable, though. I think we do need to take an unblockable. Yeah, this is no use. So we'll reveal the event. Yeah, we will attack with the Shaki. We can put the last Don on her. And the Luffy's Don. Yeah, to just get over the top of the Borsalino. Show him the Conqueror Hakis. Buff up Shaki. Put a Don here. Luffy. Deploy. Show him the Conqueror Hakis again. He's going to have to attack his 2 swings into these 2 this turn anyway. So we can actually afford to play another one, and we can actually afford to use it next turn, potentially. Potentially. Do have to be careful, but... Come on, brother, confirm, please. Thank you very much. We'll drop this, put it on here. We'll swing with this first, in case he Raging Tiger triggers my Sanji. I don't want to use the effect and then have it get triggered. That would suck. So we'll swing with the Shaki first. He's going to block 1k. Okay, that says to me he might not have any 2ks. Which makes me interested in attacking this Borsalino. It does. It does. But if we can get him down to 2 here, it's pretty good. This guy's just kind of not doing anything anyway. He's just sitting there. Yeah. Oh, Kid Killer's nice. Let's go 7. Oh, no, it's a trigger, isn't it? Oh, it's a Pheasant Peck trigger. That one's fine. Teach the Qs. That one is absolutely fine. We've been lucky so far. No blue triggers. And yes, he can Raging Tiger this turn. I would not love it. But at least it's his whole turn. Yeah. Yeah. Is he going to take out Shaki? Take out Shaki? Yeah, he is. Yeah. Okay, it's not Raging Tiger, it's Garp. Garp Kuzan? Garp Kuzan frees our Luffy. Very nice. Very, very nice. Good play from our opponent here. We are going to need to leave some Conqueror Hakis up. Might deposit this Shaki. This Sanji swing is going to be very, very large, which is nice. You have 2 searchers now. 2 searchers is interesting. We can just mole gun this Jozu, get rid of it. I'd prefer to develop my own board, though. Kid Killer is live. Kid Killer is live. Let's see if we can get off the Nami. Okay, nothing very good. 2k. Yeah, where is that 4th Luffy, bro? Where is he at? He could be in the life, I suppose. We're going to be attacking with Sanji this turn. This just can't be removed, right? Yeah. If we pop the Jozu, we're going to have this still next turn. If we pop the Jozu, swing with the Sanji, swing with the leader, swing with the Kid Killer, we'll get pretty far. We will get pretty far. We're not able to swing much with the leader. Just 5. But it'll be 5, 7, 7 and remove Jozu. And then we won't have any Dons for Conqueror Hakis. I think we do Molgon or Kid Killer. And I think I actually prefer the Molgon. We could Molgon Sanji. I don't hate Molgon Sanji. Yeah, that might be the move. Right, so what's going to be the best way of doing this? I think play the Sanji. Use this Sanji. Use the effect to buff the same guy again. Then we'll Mulgun the Jozu. This is enormous. Do I want to leave... I think I want to leave one up for Conqueror's Haki. Got 4 swings, we've got 2 life, we've got 3 2Ks, couple 1Ks. There was the Luffy, by the way, he was in the life. Custom was in the life. Would I have gone that instead of the Mulgun? No, I think removing the Jozu there is important. I think I do want to swing at least 6 with leader. So let's go 6. He should never take this. Never. Yeah. He might well just block this one with Borsa. Or could take. Going down to 1 is not that bad here. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's 0 that you cannot go to. Has he finally got his blue trigger? No. Okay. If he did have one, he doesn't want to use it. Fine. 5 to 3. Yeah, sure. We can't defend that. 8 to 5. We do need to defend this. I think this could be... If this is like Raging Tiger, 3 Don open, we're just kind of doomed, I think. If we defend out of this... It's not great either way. Give him a little shaky. We're going to be taking this second one, though, so I guess it didn't really matter. Yeah. Sanji's cool. Yeah, it's Raging Tiger. Yeah, not seeing the second Luffy until just a little too late. Does have a pheasant peck, guaranteed. Can we ever live? I don't think so. I don't think so. So we've got 3 swings. We've got 2 pheasant pecks. I think we're cooked. I think we're cooked. If we can get him to do 7 straight away. If we can bait him into throwing, we've got a chance. Let's reveal these, but we have to reveal the unblockable, so we never should. Let's go 7 with Nami. Yeah, we're never living. We're never living. Not with 3 like massive swings on the board. We've only got 1 Conqueror's Haki. If we had multiple Conqueror's Hakis, then maybe. And if he does counter correctly, we'll see what he does with his 7. Does Pheasant Peck out? Okay. Does Pheasant Peck out of that one? If I go Luffy Boa here, if this finds Conqueror's Haki, can we ever live? We might actually be able to live if this finds Conqueror's Haki. If this doesn't find Conqueror's Haki, we're in trouble. How many have we seen? I don't know how many we've bottomed. I haven't been keeping track. That's a skill issue. That's literally a skill issue. If we go Kid Killer here, we have 7, 8. It can never go through, though, because he's still got the blocker. Yeah, so we have to go Luffy Boa and hope. Let's go Luffy. Reveal 2. Yeah, it's our only play. Because Kid Killer always loses. So he doesn't just, like, take the Kid Killer swing for no reason and give us the unblockable. But he's never going to do that. Drop the Boa. Put it on here. Oh, the whiff is brutal. After all that, the whiff is brutal. I mean, this could be Conqueror's Haki. This could be Conqueror's Haki. Swing 7. Block. I wonder if I took out that Borsalino all those turns ago. Or tried to. When we didn't think he had any 2Ks. I wonder if we'd have got there. 2-2. Yep, we're not defending that. I mean, another Raging Tiger is still just game, right? We have to defend this one, otherwise we instantly lose. Buff this, rest 1. Give him a 1k. I'm pretty sure we still just guaranteed lose. But it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Well played, well played. He's got us. He's got us here. Yeah, I don't think there was a way through there. Yeah, just swing, bro. Just swing. just swing. He did have a second pheasant pack. Yeah, just a little bit too much defense in that late game. That Raging Tiger, not seeing the second Luffy, that was tough. Yeah, not seeing the second Luffy was big there. Hey, good game though. Very close. Well played to our opponent. So thank you for watching. Are you going to be maining Rayleigh next set? I don't think I am. I'm going to be maining Kuzan. Rayleigh is a lot of fun. This really does feel like a natural evolution of like the classic Red Zoro builds. You know, when you're playing out like the Buggies and the Dans and the Makinos and things like that. This really feels like the next step in that evolution of like little aggressive red. So obviously you've got Zoro. He's transitioned over to the animal package now because that's much better for going wide. But I'm really excited that this sort of weenie play style still has a really good home. And honestly, Rayleigh looks like he's going to be one of the best decks in the OP12 format. He was one of the best over in Japan. I mean, he won the finals. So I don't see any reason why he won't be as good or even better, depending on the bans, potentially, in the West. Either way, thank you for watching and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.